Live, Cincinnati thinking college football playoff, and a strike thrown. Going to run a jet sweep here, and out near the 39 and pushing toward. Play clock down to 5. Rodgers falls forward, got close to the 5-0, tied with BYU atop the Big 12 standings. And so on 2nd and 10, Dampier back out there throwing on the run, and it's high, intended for. Dampier steps up, takes off, makes a nice cut, and
out there on 3rd down by Dampier. So elusive.
Dampier on the design quarterback run, and inside the 4.
Guys miss, and a nice pickup for another 1st down.
Dampier to throw now, and takes a shot into the end zone. 2 receivers are there for. That was a heck of a throw to Bentley if he was indeed the intended receiver. Parker on 2nd. Dampier throwing deep, and it's broken up. In kicker and Dylan Curtis, who made a 53-yarder last week and a 54-yarder earlier, but they're going for it on 4th and 7. Dampier has room to run, and he lowers his shoulder and throws. Quarterback Dampier is in the game as well, lined up at receiver, and the design run for Ficklin, and he's grabbed it.
Go. Want to continue to get him touches.
Play 16 of the drive. Here's Daniel Gray, the true freshman. And Cincinnati had it first and went 3 and out.
Illegal motion, offense, number 13.
So 2nd down and 15. Dampier on the rollout, throws a strike inside the 10, breaking free. Ryan Day. And Curtis. And on 1st down, they run the ball. Speed there. The Red Raiders are 5-1 and 4 2-loss teams. As Johnson gets the carry.
Offsides. Defense, number 16.
Won that Big 12 champion in Arlington at the end of the year.
On 2nd down, Sorsby has a completion. It's Zion. Tawee Walker gets the carry here. Makes the defender miss. Keeps his
aim and protecting Brennan Sorsby.
Faking the jet sweep. Sorsby backing up. Pressure on. Hoisted out of bounds. Sorsby pitches at the last second to Covey, who gets the 1st down and more. And finally brought.
Sorsby waits on it to the last minute. You'll see Vinny. He's going to play the quarterback, and he allows the perimeter.
7 rushing touchdowns already. And he'll lob it here and just throw it away. Option to the other side, and that pitch was outside, but a nice catch by Covey. And no Evan Pryor, their number 1 running back. And keeping it is Sorsby, and he's going to score. Touchdown. Those of Indiana, who's changing formation with Dampier wide to the left, and the direct snap to Parker, who breaks.
One of the best tight ends in the country here tonight for the Bearcats.
Dampier has a completion and a 1st down this year. Leads the conference in completion percentage.
He's really taken a big step in the right direction with great confidence as a runner and as a thrower.
Gonna hand it off to Bray, and Bray is in all over the place. Dampier, a complete pass to Davis. PI for the 2nd down and short play. Dampier off play action, lobs it down the seam, and it's knocked away by Sanks. As the Wildcat quarterback, he fakes it to Dampier, the quarterback, and keeping it is Parker, breaking a tackle. Parker into the end zone. And Kersby can get going. Just 1 of 5 passing. He had 2 knockdowns on the opening possession. He'll hand it off here, and there's room straight ahead.
At Wisconsin, nice job on the cutback on that zone run.
Sorsby flipping it downfield and throws it up. He'll hand it off. Walker again, room past midfield, inside the 30, and finally
zone running attack, and you'll see Tawee Walker right off at the left guard. Tegesta to Hall, and then Gerhardt the center. Really nice job getting on a body.
Getting to the backer, they're getting the tackle up on us, and so we just got to be better on defense. Offense is fine, 2 scores and 2 drives.
The Bearcats in this position actually lose a yard on that 1st down play, and now Sorsby throwing, and it's in. Utah 10th in the country in sacks, and here they come. Sorsby gets the pass away, but the receiver 41-yard attempt. Dampier lining up at quarterback and hands it off to Rodgers.
They need him to be impactful on the interior.
Dampier throwing, and it's caught at the 32-yard line. Is bent running. He'll keep it himself, finds a running lane, and picks up a first down. Homer of the year. Rodgers gets the carry. He gets drilled.
Rusher, and he's been stout against the run all season.
Dampier on second down, firing it deep, and throw it out of bounds. Here, second most in the Big 12. They operate out of an empty set, and Dampier throws a bullet that's incomplete. 7. And Phillips just got it away. They came after it, and it sails out.
And the timing on his pass rush is pristine.
Cincinnati back on offense, pressure on Sorsby, and Sorsby has a completion.
So for the last few weeks, or a few months, he's been battling chemo, and on Thursday, while I was interviewing John Henry,
back-to-back completions, he had just one completion all game. And
Full start. Offense, number 50.
they run the option again. Sorsby keeps it, faking the pitch to Walker. He fumbles the ball. Conversation here.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. It'll be first down, Utah.
This ball out before it looks like Sorsby goes to the...
So a missed field goal inside the 25, and now a lost fumble. Dampier, everybody covered, so he takes off. Spins away from a defender. And then finally, a gain of 5 on the play. Dampier running again. He gets drilled. Sims got opening touchdown drive. Dampier with a blocker gets a first down pass.
Offensive tackle tandem in college football.
Play action pass. Dampier hit as he throws over the middle deep. And it's knocked away at the last second.
In there for the pass breakup.
Dampier throwing again. It was high but caught in the first quarter. A lot of mistakes here in the second. Dampier going for Gray, and he breaks a tackle, keeps his balance. Finally, rushing yards. Again, didn't start last week because of an injury. Back to throw here. Taking another deep shot. It's underthrown, and a flag.
Interference. Defense, number 25.
The 26 of the Bearcats. Wayshawn Parker tries to cut it back, and got to think a third would pretty much eliminate them from contention for the Big 12 title. Parker
Is over off the right side here.
and they'll run that way. Parker, Bearcat quarterback, and he can't find room this late in a loss to Nebraska. Dampier looking downfield, everybody covered, backing up, being chased, and he throws it away. Dampier. He'll throw a fade into the end zone, and it is. The snap wasn't great, but the kick is perfect as well. I think we had a shirtless Pat at the start and the end of the telecast today. Team per game, that's Morgan Scally, who's in his 10th year as the D coordinator. He's the head coach in waiting. Sorsby with the back shoulder throw. 10 teams knocked off today, including Miami and Vandy. On 3rd down and 10, over the middle, incomplete.
Tough sledding against this defense.
Carvalho is the deep man, and he makes the tee. Gray gets the handoff, and he gets drilled at one particular school going forward. As Parker hands it off to Dampier, who's going to throw it downfield, and it's caught by Davis. Tackled at
Full start. Offense, number 52.
Now, Iowa, Mike Gundy started the same year as Kyle Whittingham, and he's already been let go this season.
as Parker breaks a tackle, tries to bust it to the outside, and still going. And Utah, which is ranked lower than Cincinnati, although was favored in this game, as Bray was tackled.
Foul, face mask, defense.
Goal from the 5-yard line. Rodgers dragging a defender, and there wasn't contact, and now they do throw the flag.
Defense with contact.
Contact, so no flag. Dampier will give to Rogers, and he's into the end zone. It has completed his last 2 passes. And that one's tipped into the air and picked off. Intercepted by Snowden. Then he loses the ball. Game against Nebraska. They'll run Walker, try to give Cincinnati some breathing. 2nd down and 6. Another run play. Walker. Sorsby slings it in traffic, but it's caught by Jennings up first. Starts on the ready for play. Sorsby off play action. And again goes for Jennings. Brought down to the
To be a great matchup in Lubbock next weekend.
Sorsby, dangerous pass. And some defensive backs for Utah. Hard for Sorsby to get receivers open. A receiver wide open here, though, and it's a 1st down catch by Caldwell.
Live here, Dave, on this final drive of the 1st half.
Clock starting on the ready for play. Sorsby, long throw and getting out of bounds with only 10 seconds to go. Utah brings pressure. Sorsby taking a shot, and he throws it out of bounds. Everybody back for Utah. Sorsby just going to dump it off to Covey across the middle. He will not try to pitch it.
Who's taking the snap for Utah?
Yeah, it's Wayshawn Parker. He had a touchdown run lined up at Wildcat in the 1st
quarter. The secondary did a really good job against the deep ball. That has to continue. He also told me that John Henry Daly.
Ball guy.
Defense. 4.
He's been to 25 Yankees games.
Dampier throwing here, and it's caught. And it's Dampier was hurt. Dampier at the top of your screen. You see him backing up there. And this might be a double pass. Dampier in trouble. And he flips it downfield, incomplete.
Throw it, the creativity been off the charts here tonight.
Good Cincinnati defense that has not looked at in this game. Another all of last year when he was at Washington State. He takes the snap here. Tries to get to the outside, but Golday wraps teams with 2. BYU plays Texas Tech next week. Game day will be there. Parker. And he gets drilled at the... Dampier with a quick throw out in space to Bray. And he's finally brought to his 8-yard line. Phillips' 2nd punt of the game. And the fair catch made week 1, but 2 takeaways by the defense for Utah in that 1st half. And Sorsby hit as he throws deep here. And the ball is knocked over
all the way back and be able to create this pass breakup. It's a really good job by him, flying back and getting in position, or else that would have been
113 yards, a lost fumble, and a pick. He'll take another shot, and this one's on the money to Cyrus Allen. Allen off to the races. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Let's start here for Cincinnati in the 2nd half.
Devin Dampier on the design quarterback run. Tripped.
Cincinnati defense.
Much more sound here in the 3rd quarter defensively. Dampier going deep. And the ball underthrown. It is juggled. And
Interference.
total offense last year. It's had a terrific season for the Utes this year. A touchdown pass in this game. And going deep here. And the pass knocked down at the left. They fake the jet sweep. Dampier finds some room, and he's got a 1st down with that great head. Right at 500 rushing yards on the year, 1,100 rushing yards last year. But his passing has been on point here tonight. Good all year, leading the Big 12 in completion percentage. Bray on the jet sweep. Round 5 and 1. The game back in the loss column at the top spot in the standings. Another strike. Did the big play. Offensively, they fake the jet sweep. Dampier to the end zone, a lot of contact, and it's incomplete.
Able to make a play, giving up about 6 inches.
Sometimes we've seen 7 linemen.
Offense.
3-7. And they got a 10-point lead here. Here comes a reverse, and Bray is hit in the backfield and dragged down at the 30-yard. They're nearing being out of field goal range on 3rd down and 19. Dampier bouncing around in the pocket, finally unloads into the end zone. It's picked off. Intercepted by Christian Harrison. And Harrison brought
8-9. Notre Dame with 2 losses at 10. Virginia 11 and Memphis right now for me.
I think the resume says they should be 1.
Blowing teams out this year, Dave. Everybody.
Sorsby hit as he tries to out of empty. Sorsby with time, and that pass off target. Carvalho is deep. Fletcher gets the kick away, and it drives the return man back. Carvalho fields it on the 25, and he's up to the 40-yard line. Carvalho stiff arming, and finally brought down. Dampier will hand it off on first down. Players have got a carry in this game. That's Bray on the jet sweep, but ahead of steam, getting a first down, and Bray's all the way down. But they inserted the true freshman a couple of games ago, and he's been deadly since. Here's Dampier, and up as the Wildcat quarterback. Parker running to the left, and he's grabbed. Dampier on the design run, tries to cut it back, and he's hog-tied by Cole. Dampier keeps it. And a flag comes down as
Offense, number 9.
And the champion then would get into the college football playoff. Dampier, pass is caught near the 11.
Here this season at Utah.
Dampier throwing again, and it's caught and spinning away at the 5, and down near the goal line is Buchanan. Game. Sorsby back to work, down 17, late third quarter. Give to Walker, and he stood up.
Back to last night, almost 24 hours.
It's been a great scene in Salt Lake City as Sorsby has the crowd going wild here. They smell blood in the water, and Sorsby throws high and income.
Timing on that third down.
Carvalho, the deep man, just had a 23-yard punt return earlier. And here he goes again. Carvalho, past midfield. Kicker to beat. He beat him. Inside the 10. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown. On a Carvalho. And the point.
Good field position on the prior.
They run the jet sweep with Cyrus Allen.
Chance to feel that in its entirety on that last punt return.
Good throw by Sorsby. Pump fake, sidearms it, incomplete. 211 yards, a touchdown, a pick, a lost fumble. In trouble here on the option. He just slides. And a quarter, it is all Utah. Sorsby back to work, going downtown, and again a missed
attack of Cincinnati.
It was 14-7 early in the game, Utah, as this will be down to the
planning and the attention to detail it takes to have success as a head coach. He waited. It's a blue-collar culture. It's physicality, it's toughness, it's execution, and it's been unbelievably impressive.
He's one of the best I've ever been around. Had a long friendship, someone that Whittingham talks to often, along with his former teammate at BYU and fence to get the ball back to Sorsby. Yeah, that was nearly blocked. And the fair kick.
Win for Dave Dorn, and the ACC, not one but 2 teams losing, and going to likely fall out of the top 10 on the road here today is Britain.
More turnovers in this game than he had all season coming in. They keep it on the ground, and Covey has a first down.
The veteran center Gerhardt with a nice block.
Sorsby, deep ball, knocked away by Saunders. What
a long and in great position here, step for step with Goody.
That from the official. Covey running left again. In the Big 12. They're at Texas Tech next week. Sorsby from the pocket, and again throws out.
Holding. Offense, number 77. The penalties decline.
Pressure coming up the middle.
We'll start. Offense, number 50.
And I'm with him. Carvalho and a punt return for a touchdown. Won't even get a shot. This
Kyle Whittingham has had his team ready to play.
Dampier will keep it on first down.
Integral part of what they do on defense.
That was Ficklin taking the snap and handing it off to Parker.
Out of this Big 12 race by any stretch.
Dampier keeps it and has.
It's going to make for a fun November.
Parker straight ahead to the 40.
You have a rematch, BYU, Texas Tech in a Big 12 championship game. I could see in that scenario two teams get a chance against Georgia at home late in the season, so it's
St. Pierre on the run here, and he throws complete, which is the beauty of it.
yes.
Covey under it, and he did not signal for a fair catch. Who have served, currently are serving, or will serve. As the pass sailed early on, they were running the ball with success. Sorsby's pass again high, but it was caught. Going upstairs is. And the ball's on the ground, fumbled and picked up by Cincinnati. It's third in the country, fewest takeaways coming in.
I think you're going to keep your shirt and tie on, right? Still have a few minutes for that to change, I guess.
They're 4-2. Houston lost today to West Virginia, so they've got 2 losses. Ficklin inside the 10, and Ficklin.
Future for that true freshman, Bird Ficklin.
Ficklin off play action. In trouble in the backfield, being chased. Pump fakes, keeps it. Keeps going after he's hit, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
No action coming at you. Just a big hit. Bang! And Ficklin spins around to get in the end zone. Dave, he's from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Including their quarterback.
The game at quarterback now for Cincinnati. Sorsby's night is over. Here's Chance Williams.
This win that they have over Utah is looking better and better with the way Utah's for Texas A&M and what they've done this year. I think those three are a little bit of cut above resume.
And it's been a great day to be a Ute. They're crushing.
They've been up. The general consensus, everybody, is that they went out last night for Halloween.
It's time to continue the party elsewhere, I'm guessing. Pitch to Zion. It's a noon kick next week, and College Game Day will be there for that.
Teams based off what the committee puts out on Tuesday night. Great matchup there.